Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Horror Hollywood, and today I'm kind of here to talk to you about why the frick I hate wraps on the handles. Let's see if I can get the damn thing open first. Shit. There we go. So, wraps on the handles is just something I don't like for a variety of reasons. For one, it's just really not that appealing. I mean, yeah, it might, be a little bit more comfortable than, a straight, just kind of steel handle or metal or whatever, rubberized. But, I mean, it's just, for me personally, it doesn't look good. I mean, if you were to put some, like, on a spear, maybe, or, have, like, a bit of the wrap kind of, dangling from there, like an actual handle, and then, like, kind of maybe a string here, that I could understand just being a little bit more better, but I just don't see the appeal of, cord wrappings. It like pretty much. I mean, I've had these. I've had these, which both came with cord wrappings. I mean, these were just terrible because as soon as I like pulled it out, pulled the sheath and everything out of the box, and then I tried pulling one of these out of the sheath. The cord wrapping on it just like kept moving up and down. Like it wasn't glued on or anything. It wasn't. It was just kind of wrapped around it. Which I guess cord wrapping. But I didn't like it. So I ended up taking off the cord wrapping. Did that because I just don't like it. The one thing I don't like is that if you're going to go for like an attack, like a thrust or like a slice, you don't want something that kind of shifts in your hand, because then that could be proved to be. I mean, like this. If I went for a thrust, my hand could potentially slip off and onto the blade because of that cord wrapping. Sure, I got this, that part right there to kind of stop my hand, but overall, the wrapping is it just moves too much. For something like this, they at least put a little bit more effort into it. They had a cardboard right here, some duct tape wrapped around it to keep it firmly there. The wrapping was on there, and then it kind of stuck to the duct tape. But, it still didn't really work that well. I didn't like it. After a while, the cord wrapping just kind of started coming loose. I tried tying it at the end to, at least try and keep it on there, but it just, in the end, it didn't look good, and I didn't like it. I'd rather have something like this, simple, easy, no cord wrapping. I can easily kind of pull the blade out, tack with it, without entirely having to worry about, my hand potentially slipping onto the blade, or, it just coming off. I mean, like this isn't even anything now. It's just a throwing thing. Truthfully, I took off the duct tape and the cardboard, but I'm not going to have a blade where my hand sticks to it, But in all honesty, I just don't like it. It's not really. I mean, it's comfortable, but I've seen a few weapons, that had items, tools, whatever you want to call them. A few of these blades, they had it on there, and there's like, it's tactical, it's military. I've seen some actual military and tactical weapons. I have a friend of the family who collects. He has, like, compared to me, he has a knife collection 10 times bigger with a more variety. And he has some military-esque knives. They're not just, oh, you put cord wrapping on it and make it all black. It's military. Not really. Just because you have a camouflage stuff on your jacket, it doesn't mean it's a military jacket. I mean, yeah, I would say a few of them look cool. It makes, having a black knife looks kind of nice. It looks like you could, become an assassin, go through the night, That didn't work. But it just doesn't look it. Look, see, I just dropped the damn thing because there's no, it's not on it. There's no grip. Like the part itself, has slight texture on it. Kind of help, but all in all, doesn't help. I just don't like the feel. Doesn't entirely look that nice. It's not really military-like. I mean, if you're in the military, I would assume you want something that works efficiently and won't kind of break down. And like if you're doing a knife fight with somebody, you don't want your cord wrapping to come off and kind of leave it like this, because then when you're clashing blades or whatever, just holding on to this in a grip, even like a less, not even 50% strength grip, it's still uncomfortable. It still kind of digs in. It's, I got to kind of contort my hand a bit just to kind of at least somewhat fit the shape of it. But I don't like it. It doesn't really look that good. It's not appealing, and I just don't like how it keeps coming undone. I don't want something that's just going to mess up in the middle of battle or in a survival scenario. I'd rather have something that I can pull out and not really have to worry about it, the handle becoming unable to be used. But, that's me. Everybody has their likes, their dislikes, it's no big deal. You like cord wrapping on your knives? Get the hell out of my channel. No. But in all honesty, people are going to like what they like. I just don't like cord wrapping on my knives, my sword. I mean, like I said, having like a little bit kind of, trailing off, like somewhat like a little lanyard or, something just to kind of make it look nice. That's one thing. But I don't need the handle being straight up covered in, cord wrapping. Doesn't look good to me, and then, that's just me. Anyways, see y'all later.